the most decadent and delicious chocolate terrine. I've seen this all over the internet and I really wanted to share with you guys my version and my recipe for this chocolate mousse cake. It's so simple to make, so comforting, and definitely a crowd pleaser. So this recipe is so simple. It comes together in 10 minutes. To a saucepan, you're going to add some milk. You want to reserve, I'd say, about half a cup of milk, a little more, a little less. It really doesn't matter, and you'll see why in just a moment. You're also going to add some heavy cream and the sugar. Put your flame on low, and while this is heating up, in this bowl, I have some cocoa powder. To it, I'm going to add some cornstarch, which will help thicken our terrine, and we're going to add the remaining milk. Now, I'm sure you guys know what we're doing, but if you don't, we're essentially making a slurry, which will help dissolve the cocoa powder and the cornstarch, and you'll get a beautiful, smooth, and silky terrine. Now, this is optional, but I'm going to add just a few gelatin sheets to my terrine. If you want to use gelatin powder, check the description box. I tried this terrine both with and without the gelatin, and I personally think it just gives the terrine a bit more structure. The key is to add the smallest amount possible, just enough to make it set. If you don't want to use it though, you don't have to. Just be careful when you unmold it. I've soaked my sheets in some cold water just for 5 minutes until they soften. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the bell. I post new videos every week. I've added my cocoa cornstarch mixture to the liquid ingredients. Your flame should be on medium. We want this mixture to come to a gentle boil. This may take up to 10 minutes depending on your flame, so please keep an eye on it. When the mixture starts to heat up, you can add the gelatin sheets or the bloom gelatin and continue mixing. I like to start with a whisk and eventually switch to a spatula because you'll notice that this mixture does start to thicken around the sides first, so scrape those well and continue mixing. As soon as you see bubbles, turn off your flame and stir in the chocolate. Use the best quality chocolate you can find. The chocolate will not only give great flavor, but it will also, again, give structure to the terrine. Now this is ready to be poured into your mold, and I'm going to show you how to line it. This is important because how you line it will determine how easily this pops out of your mold. Measure out your parchment paper depending on what mold you're using, and you're going to line all 4 sides first, and then take 2 additional pieces of parchment paper, line the bottom and the sides again. This is pretty self-explanatory, guys. I like to secure the parchment paper with some laundry clips, but any clips of your choice, it's fine. I do also like to strain this mixture just to double check that there's no lumps. This will ensure you a beautiful silky end result. Now this is the hardest part, which is just waiting. Allow this to cool at room temperature and then pop it in the fridge overnight. Fast forward to the next day, take a tray or any serving plate, place it on top, and turn your terrine over. The terrine will pop right out. Remove the parchment paper, and you may see that the edges might be a bit rough. If you don't like that, just take a hot knife and smooth the sides, or use a silicone mold, which I didn't have. Sprinkle the top with some cocoa powder, and we need to immediately cut into this. I have to show you guys how gorgeous and delicious this is. If you love chocolate, and even if you don't, guys, you have to try this. It's definitely a show-stopping dessert. It's so simple to make, and it definitely satisfies that chocolate craving.